You may remember a while back I made a video detailing the trailer of this film, Jurassic World Rebirth, and I was wondering if it would just be another cash grab. And I can safely say that indeed it is another cash grab. This movie is absolute hot garbage. I would argue that it is worse than the last one, Dominion, yet this one had the privilege of not ruining established characters already. There's not even any pestilence that I could really pick up on aside from Scarlett Johansson being an absolute the whole goddamn time. But that would be unfair because literally every character in this, except for the billionaire and the doctor, are absolute assholes and absolutely the worst retarded people ever put to screen. The key here is to have likable characters, not root for the dinosaurs, except that's exactly what you end up doing here because every single character is an asshole. So join the doctor as I examine Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm putting pros first this time because there are literally two of them. The CGI is actually quite spectacular to look at, and I think the VFX artists have done an amazing job with what they're given to work with. The Mosasaur looks good, the Spinosaurus looks good, the Utahraptors look good, and the T-Rex looks good when he's not changing size intermediately. We'll get to that later. And the T-Rex's raft sequence also looks really good, and the water and everything is very well animated, so props to them. Props also to Alexander Desplat. Although he does use the Jurassic Park theme a few times, especially at the end where there's a piano variation, it's not that good. However, I do think some of the pieces were good. They're not necessarily memorable, but they were just good. So the soundtrack was also a good part of this. Alright, I've had enough of being nice. On to the cons. Where do I even begin? I mentioned this earlier, but literally every character is an asshole, save for the doctor character, the businessman, and the father. Everybody else is terrible. The whole plot actually happens because of a Snickers bar wrapper that gets stuck in the doors that's housing the T-Rex, which destroys everything and kills the terrible actors, but honestly they deserve to die because they're terrible. They try and make Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali's characters compelling, and they had the chance to, except they're assholes the entire time and they're greedy, just want money and They have no reason to change their minds at the end, which Scarlett Johansson does with the doctor guy who wants to make it public, because guess what? The billionaire guy has died. Oh, what a shock. What makes him so evil in this, apparently, is the fact that this stupid who's a 19-year-old of the family, who's an absolute chore to sit through, decided she was going to try and call for help and get them all in trouble because they're on an illegal island, and the billionaire decided to stop her, and she pushed him away, got herself knocked off the boat, and somehow that's his fault because he didn't want all of them to get in. He was trying to help your reputation, you stupid, dumb f***ing. In case you couldn't tell, I don't like this bitch. I was rooting for her and her dumbass modern bro boyfriend to die the entire time, and the dad definitely did not deserve the abuse that he took from her and her boyfriend the entire time. I was half expecting the annoying little child to be the worst part of this film, however she was actually okay because she didn't speak much. Mahershala Ali's character I think is the most assassinated despite them being no character there to begin with. He had a son, I guess, and he died from unknown means, and they could have explored that, except they don't really. At all, and he somehow survives a face-to-face encounter with the T-Rex after laughing his ass off. They don't even show how he survived, he's just okay, I guess. Because the T-Rex lost interest because it's a derpy little I don't know. Also, gaslighting the audience into believing that Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson want to save the family after being greedy and assholes the entire time does not work, because all you've seen from them is them being, well, greedy assholes and motherfuckers the whole time. So why on earth would they want to randomly save this family that's out in the middle of nowhere? And when the billionaire says, oh no we shouldn't, guess what, he's an asshole. The Titanosaurus scene and the store scene are blatant recreations of scenes from the first films that were much better done. As I said before in my trailer breakdown thing, you can only be so impressed by a dinosaur one time. You can only see a dinosaur for the first time once. And most audiences back in 1993 saw exactly that with Jurassic Park, the first one. With this one, there's Titanosaurs and you're supposed to feel something, and yet you don't because you've seen this a million times beforehand. And the Jurassic Park theme with nostalgia baiting does not work either. And the kitchen scene, which was an amazing part of the first movie with the velociraptors and the kids, is recreated here but with a store with a family that you don't care about and who you're rooting for the raptors to kill. Also, probably the biggest and most notable con is that the D-Rex, the derpy xenomorph King Kong sex child hybrid, changes sizes within the exact same scene. One minute he's as big as Godzilla because he can fit an entire helicopter in his mouth, and yet the very next time we see him when he picks up the billionaire, who did nothing wrong by the way, and is going to kill him, he can barely fit inside of his mouth because he's somehow shrunk down to the size of a modern T-Rex really. Unless he has Ant-Man powers, I don't buy this. The thing is, he survives. He just rolls at them and leaves them alone. He takes the role of the Giganotosaurus from Dominion, where he shows up for like 1 minute at the beginning and is not seen till the very end, just defending his territory because they are invading it. There is nothing wrong with him. Tons of compelling ideas were wasted here just for the sake of a cash grab, and David kept rehashing his old ideas for the first and second Jurassic Park movies. Do not work here, and they never worked before. Hence why they were never used in the first place. Scarlett Johansson clearly is just trying to collect a paycheck, and for some reason she decides to push her tits out a lot in every single scene despite her hating the male gaze. Rupert Friend is just okay, so is Jonathan Bailey. They look like they're having an okay time. Hopefully they got compensated well. Ed Skrein is in the movie from Deadpool for like 2 seconds. He says 2 lines and fucking dies immediately, so he's fucking useless. Mahershala Ali is the most underwritten character and underdeveloped character as well. The family is absolutely terrible. I don't know what there is to say about them other than they fucking suck, and I wanted them all to die. Don't waste your money. If you want a good movie about an island full of monsters and people trying to escape it, just watch Peter Jackson's King Kong. Until the pestilence strikes, I am the Plague Doctor.